All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are here with none other than the most famous and the baddest man walking the planet on 10 toes. Ladies and gentlemen, Francis Ngannou, a Jackson athlete and one of the best MMA fighters. What's up, my brother?
Not much. How are you?
Good to have you here. We also have Rampage Jackson, my co-host, back from Abu Dhabi. Where were you at?
Man, I was...
Middle East?
No, I was in Arizona, man.
Arizona.
Yeah.
I saw the desert. I had no clue where you were at.
He's always trying to keep tabs on me.
Oh, yeah,
Really?
we got to watch him. He'll be gone for 3 weeks at a time.
Really?
Yeah, he chases the girls around the world.
He acts like I'm Dennis Rodman or something. Do you know who Dennis Rodman is?
Yeah, the
watch-
tall basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw him on the movie when I was a kid. And when I saw him, he has to open a car. I think it was like a Mini Cooper, and he has to open the top to get his head through. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, he act like
He's
I'm
in
Dennis
Korea now.
No,
right?
yeah, he goes to Korea a lot.
I saw he was in Korea a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he went on the delegation to go visit Kim Jong-un, too.
Yeah.
He was like one of the Americans to go to North
He
Korea.
was friends with that dude. He friends with that guy.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Why shouldn't him be friend with anybody?
I don't know. Dennis Rodman, he's a cool guy. I met him a couple times. He's cool.
Yeah. Listen, one thing, me and Rampage, we've been so excited to talk to you and have you here. And I appreciate you being a Jackson athlete, been supporting us all year. Very, very honored, very humbled to have you on the team.
I'm happy to be in this on this team too.
Yeah.
I love jewelry.
Yeah, you love Julie.
Yeah, I always do.
Yeah, when we were talking, me and Rampage were like, hey, we need to find someone who actually is really good at fighting but loves chains. And then we saw your page and we were like, oh, this is a home run right here.
I used to wear a lot of fake one.
And then he got
back then. Then
Yeah. Let me see that. Let me see the gold Cuban, Rampage. Let me show him something.
Which one is it?
You see the gold Cuban? Yeah, grab that. Let me see that. No, the other one.
Wow, goddamn.
No, the gold Cuban 8mm, our best
Yeah,
selling chain.
but they're turned to my back.
Yeah,
so-
that one.
Yeah.
This was our best selling chain, the gold Cuban 8mm. When you wore this for the photo and you posted it, yeah. When you wore this, sales went through the roof.
Really?
Everybody said they want to dress like you, they want to be like you. And Rampage started looking like you. He tried to wear high heels and he started wearing shoulder pads, like football shoulder pads, because he wanted to look like you. He started wearing.
I think Rampage is big.
No.
Same size or a little bigger.
No. No, hey, the first time I took a picture with you in Vegas at the awards, I was so fat, people would clown me so much, I had to take the picture down. That's why when I saw you in Saudi Arabia, I said, man, I gotta get another picture. Because I don't like taking,
because you get in shape.
Yeah, I got in shape.
Yeah.
What do you walk around at?
I don't weigh myself right now.
What do you walk around at?
Like 275, 280.
Wow. Shredded and jacked at 280? And he moves around like that?
Yeah, now I go. Before I was a little less. Maybe in the past 5 years, I have gone up like for 10 pounds, 10, 15 pounds. And doesn't matter what I do, can take it down.
Really?
Yeah.
Your body's easily able to adjust weight? You could cut weight quick?
No.
Oh, no.
I can't cut weight.
No.
I train for 3 months, 2 months, 3 months, have a chef, do everything.
It just comes off.
Very hard to drop like 10, 15 pounds.
Oh, for real?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Right, he's just all muscle.
Yeah, you're just one solid brick. You're just like...
Which is like, some point it has like a downplay on you.
Right.
So there's a moment that you want to cut that weight. Maybe you want to be lighter, So now you have to work twice on your conditioning because all those muscles are energy drainer.
Why you sound like you was bricked up when you say he's just one solid brick? Why?
No, because I called Eric Nicksick. He's one of our Jackson coaches, and he said, "Yo, Francis is as solid as it comes."
I know, but when you said you look like one solid brick, you sound like you was bricked up when you were saying that, though.
See what I got to deal with?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's been showing me photos of you shirtless boxing all day, so he's been excited. So now he wants to let it out. Is that what happened? Is that what happened?
Here we go.
Okay. So me and Rampage were listening to the story of you on how you got to France and how you kind of came through your country and your struggle and the ability to get to where you are today. And we were reading a bunch of different articles. Some articles said that, you had got sent back to your country 5 times. Some of them said that you had to swim across the ocean. What is the true story?
No, it wasn't sent back to my country. We get all the way to Morocco, and Morocco is the last line between Africa and Europe. there is like a sea, but no verify. I think the shortest place between Morocco and Spain in Tangier might be like 5 miles, and we were aimed that those places to go put our Zodiac, the boat that you paddle, the small one, inflatable
Like the
one.
that's
like a pontoon.
Like the one that you use in the pool sometimes.
Oh, okay,
a little
yeah.
bigger. We will use that and
In the
paddle
ocean?
trying to cross. Yeah.
Were you scared?
Of course you were scared. I mean, you get there like you have to lay down for maybe 5 hours to wait for the cup to get away, and then you will hear the wave of the ocean. And you're like, damn, I'm going to get it. So some people would take a shit. They were like, okay, I'm going to the toilet. And some people would be like, I'm not doing this anymore. What doesn't matter what was my contribution, you can keep it. I'm out. I'm not doing this.
Well, how would they leave? They would swim, just get off the boat?
No. We were still like on the beach, like hiding.
Oh, okay.
We are still hiding. We are waiting for the place to be clear because there's always like surveillance. Most of the time we will wait on the prayer time because when they call prayer around 5, we assume that even the people that are the guard, they are praying, and that's when we go run and then pump our Zodiac and then get in the ocean.
Wow.
Is it true that you had to sleep in the jungle many nights?
Yeah.
We saw an article. Yeah.
Yeah, in Nado. Nado was like a jungle. We sleep inside the forest, the trees, the stuff like that.
Have you ever done that
For so
type of
long
stuff
time.
before? Or that was your first time ever?
It was my first time, but I think by the time you get there, you know exactly what you're into, and then you know that you're gonna do everything that it takes, every kind of life. So,
Yeah.
like we were in the forest like this, and then we have to wait like nighttime to go to the market, and then like go to the trash and find whatever they throw away. It could be like rotten tomato, potatoes, chicken feet, because they don't eat chicken feet. And then we will get all those stuff and then go clean it up, trying to cook in the aluminum bucket and eat. That was like a meal. And then when you get that done, that is a good day.
Wow. How old were you during this time?
Like 26, 27.
Wow.
Yeah, 26, 27. So it was like, you turn, even when you're in the survival mode, even your body knows that, because the shit that we were doing, and nobody really gets sick. I still think about it. I'm like, how is this possible? You try that thing now for one day, bro, you're going to find yourself in the emergency right now, But at time, we did that for months and months. Nobody get no problem, bro.
You was out there for months trying to.
Yeah, it took me like a year. I was in Morocco for over a year. At some point, you get tired from staying in the forest, because the forest is like on the border. So when you're there, they know that you are trying to cross. But when you retreat to like a city, like in Rabat, I mean, the police is still after you, but little calm. And then there will be like a apartment, like, I don't know, 400, 500 square feet apartment that maybe there are 20 people inside. You go, if you have your own contribution, you pay and you sleep.
Oh, man. How was you making money during that time, that 1 year?
For the most part, you will call home. Like I left a little bit of money before I left in Cameroon. And also, like, sometime we will go out for help construction. Yeah, if you find a job. But this is like when you retreat to Rabat, you can do stuff like that. But when you go up to places like Nador, you cannot do, because the surveillance there is high level. They are on alert. They know that you guys are coming, and they are having a lot of money. They are being financed by Europe to retain you out there, not to let you cross.
Wow.
So so you guys don't come over with your misery.
That's crazy.
Wow, I wonder if people approach you to do like a book or a movie about that story or anything.
We've been working on the book, but the problem is time. We've been working on the book, but I think the movie part is quite in the end of my career. It's been having a lot of action going on. So if there is a movie, we're gonna miss some episodes.
Right. Yeah. If you did a movie about your life, what would you call the movie? If you had to name it yourself.
I never thought about that, but I always thought, I remember, like, even when I get in France, I remember thinking of the name of the book, that the name of the title of the book, when I will write, will be Born Slave, Become King.
Wow.
Yeah.
And at time I was still homeless in Paris, but I'm like, I'm going to make it. And when I make it, I'm going to tell this story. And when I tell this story, by the time I'll be in the top, even though now I'm in the bottom, it's okay. So, but I'll name the movie, the book, Born Slave, Become King.
Yeah, that's a good title. You know, it's all about the mindset. You know, I don't think that I could have did that. I don't know, because I'm a very picky eater. I don't think I would have survived, bro.
You don't know. You will be impressed for what you can do when you have no option. Nobody think you can do anything, but when you get there, you find out what you can do. You know, like you say, "Oh, I can do this, I can do that." That's when you have option. That's when you are not in your back. You don't have your back against the wall. If that's the only way to go, you will be impressed sometime how you overcome those situations.
Wow.
You know,
Makes
me
sense.
either. I never thought I could do something like that. But even now, I still don't believe that I did it. You know, I'm like, nah, I can't do that. Like, what for? You know, sitting here, living your life, having all those jewelries on you, flying first class, all those. You're like, nah, I can't do that. Yes, you can do that. But believe me, if you have to, you will be impressed to discover what you can do.
Why did you want to leave Cameroon? Was things super bad there? Or what?
No, I always had a dream to become a professional boxer. I didn't know MMA at the time. I wanted to become a professional boxer. And we were so poor that I couldn't even afford the education or nothing. I couldn't, I didn't, in my childhood, I didn't belong in any like friend group. I don't have a childhood friend. My parents divorced, I was 6, and we were moving like every time, like maybe 6 months here for somebody trying to help my mom to raise us. Then he would take us for 6 months. Then after, be like, oh, I can't anymore. And then they would send me to another place. So I never had a foundation, a base somewhere. Like I was trying to have a friendship, trying to fit in. And by the time maybe I started to have a friend or at home or at school, I have to move again. They have to send me to some other place. So everywhere I was stranger. And it didn't help the fact that we were so poor that even at school sometime I didn't have book or I didn't have anything. For other kids, you're just a new guy who doesn't have book. So nobody is excited to be friend with you, right? So then you start to build your own life in your imagination. Think of what you want, like what could be your what could be your safe place. You build your own safe place in your mind, and soon you realize that you have to put all those stuff in fruition in reality, because no matter what you create in your imagination, the real life is still there, it's still tough. And if you don't take action, if you don't do anything, the real life will still be there and will still be there tough. You will not get it any easier if you don't take any action. And I always love combat sport. Since I was kid, but was in the place that never had a gym, never see a gym in my eyes, until I was 22. I think I had this dream since I was kid, but not until I was 22 that I decided to leave the village. I'm like, okay, I think I was almost depressed at that time. I'm like, man, what will be my future? Like, I will still be this, go to this process. My kids, if I have kids, they'll go through this process again. I couldn't stand that idea. I'm like, it's time to take action. I understand that here, what I do, I get food on my plate every day, but that's not enough. I have to think in the future. What will happen 10 years after, from now, 20 years? What would I become? You know, so I decided to take action at time. It wasn't easy, but I felt like I need to take those actions.
And when you got to France, did you have to learn French, or you already spoke?
No. We are a French colony, so I was speaking French at time. The only thing that I have to I didn't have at time, I didn't have accent. And in French, not having French accent is bad.
Oh.
I mean, not like it's bad, but some people react about it like it's very bad. You know, like, oh, you have an accent. Where's that from? You know, like in a very some people. You know, you face all kind of situation. Basically, you are like in the lowest place that you ever been in your life, and a little remark like this, even without paying attention, you feel it directly. They're speaking to you. But that was the only thing, you know, but not my language. But you also have like nice people that's very excited, very genuinely nice and trying to help.
What an incredible story. And the total amount of times that it took you to finally get there, how many times was it?
From Cameroon to finally get to France was 14 months, because from Cameroon to Spain, it took me from Cameroon to Spain was exactly 1 year. So and that's why I tell people like, bro, there's something out there for me. This is not random. Like the day that we get rescued by the Red Cross inside the ocean, and then my friend was celebrating, they were exciting, and we were in the Red Cross rescue boat. And I was just sitting there and then just processing, and then I realized, so it was April 3rd, 2013. Then I left Cameroon April 3rd, 2012. That was 1 year, you know. But we were on our way to jail, because when they caught us like that, they have to report to the border police, because their role is to save people. They don't care who you are, where you came from. They just want to save you. But as their base is in Spain, they have to report to the police that we saved some people in the ocean. We're bringing him to our place, so you have to do your job. They have that obligation, and then the immigration police will come and take you, and then bring you to the police station, and then after they bring you to court, kind of like court, because you don't see a courtroom, and then you get a sentence. They send you to this place called detention center, but which is quite a prison. We were there for like 2 months before we get freed.
So once they freed you, then you was free to go anywhere you want to go?
Yeah, you were basically free to stay in Spain, but same time, Spain is in Europe. It's like a European Union, free circulation. So some people will go to France, some people will go to Germany, Belgium, Italy. No, not many people really go to Italy from there. Yeah. But yes.
Why not? What's wrong with Italy? Because
I don't know.
Because you meet a bunch of people that look like Bear. You're like, fuck that place.
Nah, that place is great.
It's not that something wrong with Italy. You have to understand that there is nobody coming from Africa who's speaking Italian. You have to understand that.
Yeah.
Right?
It's a hard language to come from Africa, but a lot of them speak French.
But a lot of them speak French. So that's why most of them, they will go to France and Belgium.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And also because like with time, they have like, maybe they know somebody or they have family there that's been there for so long and stuff like that. So it's kind of like attract people to go those places, you know. Few people will go to Germany, because we all know like Germany has a good economy. They can they have a lot of job offers, unlike some other countries. But The problem is the language, bro. Go there and you're going to start to speak Guten Tag and all those stuff. I'm like, bro.
You speak German?
No, I just know how to say Good Morgan Freeman.
That's not German.
Yes, it is. Good Morgan Freeman. That means good morning.
Good Morgan Freeman.
Good Morgan Freeman.
No, that's Morgan Freeman's an
That's
actor,
not the
brother.
truth.
That's not
That's
the truth.
the truth,
You
bro.
speak
Francis, that's not
That's the truth.
How you say good morning?
I think it's Guten Tag.
Guten Tag.
No, that's like have a good day.
No.
Good morning is look it up. Good morning is Good Morgan Freeman.
No.
You say look it up. How will you type
How
that?
how would you type that?
Yeah, these
Good
guys
Morgan
they look up everything.
We'll go back to that, but I think you're wrong.
I bet you
We're
it's
going to get you a membership to Hooked on Phonics or Rosetta Stone, and they'll figure it out.
Good Morgan Freeman is good morning. I've been there. I've been there twice. I've been
where?
to Germany twice.
Doing what?
Okay.
I had to
Red
go
Light District in Frankfurt?
No, hell no. I was hanging out with Liam Neeson in Germany.
The actor from A-Team?
Yeah,
From Taken?
yeah,
I will find you.
yeah.
I like that guy.
Yeah, he's a cool guy. We went there to promote the movie.
Oh,
But I've been there and I went there for when I was with Monster for the USO. So I learned how to say.
But that still doesn't mean that that's how you say good morning. So when you got to France, when did you start training? When did you start training for MMA, or when did you start training for combat sports?
So I wasn't even going to France though.
Oh, you weren't?
Yeah, I wanted to go to Germany
Oh, nice.
because my first place would have been London, or I mean the UK, but they are not in the Schengen, so it's not free circulation. You have to go to another process to get there. And now I'm like, bro, I think I'm tired of this. I need some peace of mind. And basically that I know in the bottom of my heart that my final destination would be United States. I'm there, I'm 27. I'm gonna go to the process to get in the UK. I don't know how long it's gonna take. And then maybe from there, I'm not settled. I will still think of like the process to get in the US. Like, bro, it's too much, you know. But since my reason of moving was to find somewhere with that I can do boxing, and then at time, heavyweight boxing in Germany was very in the top. You know, with the Klitschko brother, everything was happening there.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm going to Germany. I can't speak any German, but it's okay. By the time I learn, you know, one good thing with sport, it's universal. The language is universal. If somebody do this, you know it's jab. Somebody do this, you know it's right. You do this, you know what it means. You know, you don't have to speak the language for that. And by the time I will learn the language, I'll be training so I can do it. But when we get in Spain, and then we had there was a lot of people in this that we met. We were in the same group, and all of them were going to France, bro. Paris, Champs-Élysées, this. I'm like, man. So I find myself, I was the only guy going to Germany. I'm like, yes, let's stop in Paris, in Champs-Élysées, and see Paris, you know. So I went to Paris. That's how I went to Paris. And then when I get there, he was on Sunday, June 9th. The next day, I couldn't just like sit there like, oh, this is Paris. The next day, I started walk around, find a gym. Then I found a gym, Kajin, MMA, boxing, MMA, and MMA gym. They do a lot of combat sport there. But he was boxing time, and that's what I was looking for. And then there was the main coach wasn't there, but there was a guy there, a substitute, named Didier Carmon. And that's how I talked to the reception, and then they said, okay, we're going to get you to see him after he's done, because they have class right now. That's how I get there. And then I spoke to I met with Didier Carmon that introduced. He took my number. It was very nice. He said, oh, okay. Do you have a number so I can talk to a coach and give you a call back? Because he's going to be here on Wednesday. This was on Monday. He says the next class is on Wednesday. I'm going to see the coach and talk to him. And maybe Tuesday, I give you a call. And Tuesday, he gave me a call and said, okay, the coach said you can come train. Bro, now I don't have gloves. I have nothing. I have one pair of shoes that was given to me in Spain. because I have a very big foot. So I have only that one. No clothes, no stuff. But he said, I know. By the way, I have some stuff for you. If you don't mind, I have a gloves and this. I'm like, I don't mind, bro. So, yeah. And then the next class was on Saturday. I get there on Saturday and started to train. That was the beginning.
That was your first art, boxing?
No, not my first boxing. I started boxing in Cameroon. I did like a year. I trained there for like a year. Then I started to get all those problems, got sick and all those stuff. I had to stop for a little bit.
Yeah, because I think a lot of MMA fans was surprised at how good your boxing was when you fought Tyson Fury. I don't think that the MMA fans knew that your boxing was so good.
Yeah, I mean, when the problem, I had like a base in boxing. Then you move to MMA, and then your boxing from boxing is not working there. You have to adjust stuff. You can't put your guard up. You can't do this. You do this. You take a middle kick or something or a takedown. Yeah. Somebody shoot in your feet, so you have to keep your hand up, and that's a very different habit from boxing. So then you get used to that. You have to do the reverse to go to boxing, and then it's quite hard. Yeah. Because like for 10 years, you've been used to something else. You adjust to something else. So that was the situation.
Yeah, I know, because I started training. I added boxing to my list of martial arts. Maybe like when I was like 26, 27, and then my Muay Thai suffered. I got worse at Muay Thai because I first started with Muay Thai and I love Muay Thai. But then I wanted to learn boxing. It's totally different. Totally different game.
Yeah, I think Muay Thai is different than a lot of combat sport because they play toughness. They put a knee. It's not like they don't have like combination. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Here, you get to boxing, the number of punches count. They have to count it. You have to push, fend, pop, 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 pop. All those stuff, the movement, the Muay Thai guy, they are like this. Walk around in the ring like this, So, yes, it's going to be very different.
Yeah. Tell me, how is Tyson Fury? Because you got to meet him and it seemed like you guys did a lot of press. Is he really a cool guy, though?
He's a funny guy. He's, overall, I think he's cool. Everybody is cool. I think you get to this point of the sport, you understand that you're doing your job, you're doing your business, you're trying to make a living for you, your family, such as the same guy in front of you. So if you're if you have that understanding, you're cool, bro. You're cool with everybody. Yeah. You're going to fight him, but you're not the enemy. I mean, if you see something bad coming his way, you're gonna push it leave him alone, because you also know what takes to get there, what you put in to get there, and you know that's what he put to get there as well. You respect that. So I think he's a good entertainer. I think he's very good at selling fight, promoting fight, and then I had no problem with that. But overall, I think he's a good guy.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel like he's good. I never really met him, but my boxing coach and stuff out there, they're in England. They know him. They say he's a cool guy.
Yeah.
When you were in France, at what point did you start training with Cyril Gane? Because then you had to fight him. How was that relationship?
I never trained with Cyril Gane.
You didn't actually train with him?
They made up this story. I mean, I trained with him. It was like I moved here in the US back in 2017. I fought Alistair Overeem. I was here already. Then I had a fight right away to fight Stipe Miocic. So that's when I went to France, right? And then they tell me that, we have some good heavyweights with the Cyril Gane. I saw him in the gym. We trained like 2-3 sections, and that was it, because I didn't know him. I was in France for 3 weeks, and I think he just fought. So he was coming to the gym not very often. So we just trained like 3 times. And then when a couple of years ago, I started hearing like, his old teammate, they were this, they were friends, they were like that. I'm like, really?
This is news to me.
This is new to me.
Yeah.
You know, like when you go to it's like when you go to the gym, you meet a lot of, obviously in the gym, you might have a friend because you have a relationship, because you guys, you know, have a vibe. We weren't there enough to have a vibe. He might could have been, we could have been a friend or something. I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying he's bad. I'm not saying I can be friend or I couldn't be friend with him. But we weren't there for a long time. I was just passing by. We trained. It was good. We shake hands, and that was it. You know.
Wow. How was that training session? Did you guys spar or was it wrestling?
Yeah, we spar. Spar for the most part. Yeah.
Was he good?
Yeah, it was good. He's good. But, you know, at time, he was just coming from kickboxing, I think, come to MMA, and then and I was the guy in MMA. You know, even when you train with him, he has a good kickboxing, but you know that I get this, you know, so more relaxed, you know.
Be honest, you knocked him out in the gym.
Huh?
You knocked him out in the gym.
He
don't want to say.
No. Listen. Like this what happened. Like when you train, when you go to the gym, when you knock somebody out, which basically your sparring partner, that means something goes wrong. And then it's not a thing that you go out there, I knock him out in the gym. You know, like because you're supposed to take care of your partner.
Yeah. You didn't try. You didn't try. You don't be trying.
You hear that, Rampage? You're supposed to take care of your training partner.
You take care of your.
He knocks out all his training partners.
No, that's not true.
You know, like I have to beg people to spar with me for some time. So I don't want to. I learned how to treat my partner, to put them, give them confidence to train with me. Because sometimes if I spar with somebody, you'll be like, next time you say, can I have a round? No, bro, you know, like
give and take.
So now you have to compromise that. You have to give him position. You have to give him advantage. So you don't go there trying to knock somebody out.
But it just happens sometimes.
If
you hear that?
If it happens sometime, it's an accident. You know? It's an accident. If you break somebody's ribs, it's an accident.
He's giving you the insight here.
No.
There was multiple accidents.
I know. But have you ever been sparring somebody and they try to pick it up on you and you be like, whoa.
Yeah.
And you just give them like a good punch or something like that?
I don't do that now. Before that, yes. I did that in a guy in France. He was trying to really pick up on me. And I'm like, bro, this is not the first time I'm trying to train. Just learn, and you wanna, and then I go hard on him. You know what happened?
What?
ACL.
Who?
ACL.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happens.
I felt so bad. Like, since then, I don't do that. If I think you're not you don't have a good intention, I'll warn you, like, calm down. Like, I don't know what you are up to. I'm here to train. I'm not here to fight. I better save myself for the fight.
Yeah, because people do that.
I'm here to train. I'm not here to fight.
Yeah, because people do that. Like, as soon as they see you on the big stage in the UFC, you boxing and stuff like that, then they get a chance to go against you, especially if there's cameras around. I've had times where people secretly give their friend, like, when I'm even rolling with them doing jiu-jitsu, they give their friend the camera. Then they just go crazy, try to choke me out or just go real hard in the gym. That would piss me off, that part.
Yeah, I mean, I will warn you. I will tell you, like, stop, don't do this, don't do that. You know, I don't want to get out of the gym maybe with a broken hand or knee or something, you know, because when I'm training, sometimes I will be in some position, but I will not push too much because it's training. You know, there's not a point to, like, fight him or risk an injury or something, give position sometime. And if somebody is taking that like a World Cup final, calm down, bro. Like,
it makes sense because I think at your level too, a lot of people have something to prove to the gym. They want to say they win at you. And
nothing happened in the gym. You can prove whatever you want in the gym. They want you in the cage, in the fight.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Prove it in the fight, and you're the guy. In the gym, you're just a bad training partner. And nobody want to deal with you because maybe you knock somebody out, or maybe because you twist somebody elbow or shoulder or knee. Nobody want to train with you 100%. From that moment. And you're losing because you're not training. You're not practicing.
Yeah, but it's confirmed that he knocked out Cyril Gunn
and probably broke a few ribs.
he don't want to say, but we'll
do it for him.
We'll do it for him.
Hey, we got your back.
We got
Jackson
your back.
team. One team.
Yeah. We won't tell nobody outside of this podcast.
Yeah.
Why are you so obsessed about like Cyril Gane? Like what's happening?
Why are you obsessed? Hey,
he was a good training.
Yeah, what do you want to do? You want to roll around with Cyril Gane?
No. Cause listen, I'm old, man. I'm older now. Like y'all young bucks, y'all heavyweights, y'all can have it. I decided I'm gonna do the old man style, just fight people my age.
Yeah, you.
Yeah, I'm 46.
He said,
years
"Yeah,
old.
that's better for you."
You're saying that, but you knocked my friend out.
Who?
Christian Pumbo.
Oh,
That's what you say now.
Where'd you knock him out?
I think that was my first fight in Bellator.
Oh yes,
Pumbo.
Yeah, Pumbo.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
That's your boy. Yeah, that was your boy. Oh,
Hey,
So when I get in Paris in the gym, and then we just connect, and that was like my friend at the gym, like friend.
I don't know. I figured he was a good guy, but you know what he did? It was me. I left the UFC. I left a bad taste in my mouth. They stole my Reebok sponsor. So I left them. So I'm going to go to Bellator. I was like one of the first UFC fighters to go to Bellator. And I'm like, this is like a new journey for me. I'm already older as a fighter. And I'm like feeling some type of way. You got plenty of years before you feel like this. Trust me, when you've been fighting for a long time, I've been fighting for 25 years now. So I already knew I'm going against Father Time, which he's undefeated. And then I'm going over here to Bellator, and this guy, I don't know him. I didn't watch Bellator. He was talking about he's going to retire me, and I normally like you said, like with Tyson, to sell the fight and stuff, and I like to talk shit, but that one I took personally.
Yeah.
My first time, I took it personal. I'm like, this motherfucker say he's going to retire me, and I never fight with like a lot of emotion and shit like that.
Yeah.
But I think I had lost my last fight to Glover Texana or whatever. So it's like, man, this guy said the wrong. But it motivated me to train really hard and everything, and that's what I was missing. I needed that.
That motivation.
Yeah, I needed that. That
makes sense.
feeling. But you knocked out my friend.
Are you saying thank you to Christian Pumbo for motivating you?
Yeah, thank you. I got a bone to pick with you. Knocked out my friend, Alice Overeem.
Oh.
Yeah, sometimes shit happens.
He did the Michael Jordan.
Yeah. Man, Alistair, we've been friends since Pride.
Really?
Yeah.
We just had him on the podcast. He talked about the fight. Was that one of your probably like your first breakout fights? You feel like that was a fight that put you on the map?
No, I mean, it definitely like hurt me a lot.
Yeah.
But I think it's not like one fight get you on the map. It's progressive.
Yeah.
Like you do one fight, I'm like, this guy. Like my first fight in the UFC, like Dana White tweeted on me. I'm like, okay. I think this thing gonna be good. And that's get a lot of attention. And it was fight after fight. And Alistair Overeem, I think, was my number 6 fight in the UFC. Right after Arlovski. So even Arlovski was the first round knockout in Denver. So I was having some good fight like that.
Yeah, you had a lot of good fights, a lot of good knockouts.
His highlight reel is incredible. How did you get linked with the UFC? How'd you get in the UFC?
Okay. So I was in Paris training, just training, looking my way to boxing, like, oh man, what can I do? And I'm in this gym. They say, oh, we're gonna do this. You know how boxing works.
Yeah.
People always promise you stuff. And I'm training MMA, and everybody, even my friend that I'm talking, that I was saying earlier, DJ Carmon, he was like, he was a guy that told me about MMA the first time. It's like, oh, you have a good boxing. If you do some wrestling and jiu-jitsu, you're going to be a UFC champion. I'm like, what's MMA? Start to explain. I'm like, cool. And then what's UFC? Start to explain everything. I'm like, bro, leave me alone with that. So, long story short, fast forward, I'm 2 years after, I'm in the UFC. And by the time I know Christian Pumbo, we were training together at CrossFight, which is now MMA Factory. And then one day I had a call. I was in Belgium. I'm like, oh, you have a UFC contract. Like, really? I say, yes. Okay. So in my mind, I wasn't like going after a UFC. I wasn't going, that wasn't my goal. But I'm like, man, this might be that opportunity. At the end of the day, you're a professional fighter and you can become a world champion. So how about we get dedicated into this, you know? And I think that was when I really like started to train seriously in MMA. I remember my first fight was in Orlando back in 2015. And I was in the locker room and I'm going to fight this guy, Enrique. And, you know, you see the promo, they say, Enrique is like Luis Enrique. He's this, he's a black belt jiu-jitsu. But nobody told me that he was a wrestler for the Olympic team in Brazil.
Wow.
And then that's what they say about him. But me, I'm just a strong guy. That's all what I get.
That's how they promoted you?
That's it. There's nothing to say. But I have some hands, so can knock somebody up.
Yeah.
And that was all. And then I'm getting there. I'm looking at this guy. They tell all this about him. I just started MMA 2 years ago. Like, man, how this work? I was in the locker room thinking of like, what's the rules again? Like, if you get here and you do this, is that legal? Like, what should I do and what should I not do? I was in the locker room, you know. But, you know, like, you have your fighting spirit, you have your ego. I'm like, okay, this guy might know everything. He might be jiu-jitsu, black belt. He might be this and that. But come on, man, look at him, look at me. I'm a tough motherfucker. If he comes to fight, I'm going to fight. I don't know how it's going to go, but I can fight. Let's go fight. That's all what I get. And then when we get in the octagon, like, first thing, take down attempt, this guy put me on the cage. I felt like I have 3 people on me on the cage. I'm like, damn.
Was he a big guy?
He was a big guy, but the wrestler, he knows how to control that. I'm like, damn, this is not going to be that easy, you know? But very confident. I'm like, I get this. Very relaxed. So he works out pretty good.
How did you beat him? You knock him out or submit him?
Yeah, I knocked him out in the second round. Because like the first, he took me down once, and that takedown was like trying to kick. He caught me and took me down. And this is the moment that I know that I'm going to win this fight. I'm on the floor, my back on the canvas. This guy is on top of me. And I had his hand like this, his 2 hands, and he was pulling like, I'm like, is he serious or he's really trying to take it out? Like, pulling. So he gave me the opportunity right there to measure his power. I'm like, no, if this is all what you get, I get you. I don't care if you are doing Tai Chi or Kung Fu. I get you shit.
At that moment he messed up.
That was the moment. But I can't just win a fight by holding his hand. Yeah. I have to let his hand go and trying to move, to get up. But we stopped there, and then the referee stood us up. So keep doing his takedown attempt. Then I'm defending, just leaning on the cage, defending. I think he get tired at some point. I saw in the eye, he was like backing up. I'm like, oh, you shouldn't do that, bro.
He's learning in real time.
Yeah.
As he's fighting in the UFC, he's trying to learn how to fight, and he's like, I'm gonna just beat this guy because he can't match me.
And that was that was my best combo in a fight. It was like 9 punches.
Wow.
And then he get caught by like left uppercut.
Oh, I want to go back and watch that.
Yeah,
one.
Vinny, you're gonna have to put that on so we could watch it after.
I want to watch that one.
So a lot of people saw, obviously, like Rampage was saying, the Al-Star Overeem fight was an incredible fight because everybody knows Overeem as being a legend in MMA.
Yeah.
And I mean, you went out there and did some damage. How were you prepared for that fight? Was there a strategy?
Not really. I mean, my special was striking.
Yeah.
And Overeem was a guy that everybody knows that he's good at it, you know. And he has a good wrestling too, because even I watched him fight even at some tape from the Pride time, and he was submitting these guys, all those stuff. So I know that this guy is well-rounded. But at that time, I was in the peak of my confidence. I was in the peak. I didn't care. And one also, Overeem did the same mistake as Luis Enrique did. When we started to fight, he ran into me to wrestle me, and then put me on the cage. My back was on the cage. I turned him around, and I know that he has a very good knee. So the only thing that I don't have to do is to lean my head on the side. I have to stay like this. And he was trying to get out of there. And I take a measurement of him, like trying to fight. I'm like, I get the measurement. I'm like, okay, this is what you worth. I get this.
It's incredible that you're able to, in real time, kind of dictate someone's ability to move around you, right? Their strength, their ability, their agility, like all these things that you're doing, you're processing in real time.
That's a big
For a
compliment.
new fighter, that's pretty incredible.
But I think Rampage will agree with me on this. Fighting is instant. You can do whatever you want. You can make a game plan or whatever. There is not a game plan that would tell you that on real time that that's a punch coming your way, move your head. There is not a game plan that would tell you that, okay, that's the opening of a takedown, do it. There is not a game plan that would tell you that, okay, that's the wrestling. You know, you process during the fight. You see, you do, you see, you do. Yes, you have a game plan, which is kind of like a guideline, like will remind you, and that's why your coach are there, will remind you to come back into the game plan. Remember, this is the strategy. Remember, you don't have to follow him because he might shoot in your feet or something, stuff like that. But like as far as fighting, it's instant. You see, you go. You see, you punch. You see, you punch. And sometimes, like the reaction between your the information and the action and the reaction of your hand is quite surprising. Like I have been in the fight so many times that they say, "Oh, this was beautiful. You did this, you did that, you did that. How did you do it?" I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah,
It just happened.
yeah.
Like, I ain't gonna make it up.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to look up to see exactly what I knocked this guy with.
Yeah.
I don't know what was it. I'm just in the flow. And then he happened.
He's
I
in the
saw
moment.
something,
Yeah.
boom, the moment. Wow. I have to look up and see what exactly was the finish.
That's incredible. At least you're honest about it. Most fighters are like, yeah, I've been practicing that technique for 4 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, you can say, you've been practicing because it's only 6 punches in the hand, which is like two straight from left and right, 2 uppercut, and 2 cross. Other than that, it's only 6 punch in boxing. So yes, you've been practicing for sure. But
I want to.
Yeah,
I
it
want to
makes
ask you.
sense.
I want to ask you about this guy in the PFL. That big guy. They say that he has to fight you next. That big tall guy. I saw him fight.
Renan Ferrer.
What's his name?
Renan Ferrer.
Is that your next fight? Can you talk about that?
Yeah, I think he'll be my next fight.
I don't want to talk about your game plan and
Yeah.
anything like that. But
But
that's the biggest guy I've ever seen in MMA.
Yeah, he's very agile. I've been telling people even before the PFL, I've been telling people, watch this guy. This guy is good because you see what he does. Basically, from a guy with his size, I think he's 6'7", 6'9", and then he's very agile. He has like fast hand, good knee stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, so you got to get some like the biggest sparring partners that you can get to just to mimic that guy, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the game plan, the strategy. You find your sparring partner based on your strategy, you know. But yes, he's a big guy.
He's a big guy. Now that you and Jon Jones may never fight, could you bring him in to be a sparring partner?
Who?
Jon Jones.
I don't know if we may never fight.
I
don't know. The
that's a dream. That's a dream fight for
Come on,
fans.
that's the biggest fight of all time if that ever happens.
Oh my God,
It's an option. I think what he needs is just the UFC to want to.
Yeah, we're hearing that there may be a possibility of a co-promotion between PFL and UFC where PFL sends their Achilles, UFC sends their Achilles, and the two Achilles battle.
Yeah, that would be
huge.
I think that would be an opportunity to fight Jon Jones.
Wow.
With Jon Jones, you know, a lot of people call him the GOAT, you know, of MMA. And a lot of people call you the baddest man on the planet.
I'm one of those people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's, in my opinion, I think he's like the best fighter in MMA.
And a lot of people, you know, consider you the baddest man walking the planet, your ability to do boxing and MMA at the highest level. Do you feel like that's a fight that you need before you're done fighting? Or if it happens, it happens?
Not that I need, you know, I think I'm in the point of my life, and I've been like this for so long that I take what happened. I don't feel entitled into anything, and I don't want to put my satisfaction or my happiness based on somebody action or some action that I have no control with. You know, I think what I want to do before the end of my life is to give my best, do everything that I can do, and doesn't matter is the result. As long as I give my all, I'm okay with it. You know, there's a lot of things. I grew up learning how not to have things that I want, even the basic, you know, like having a toothbrush, having a breakfast, a lunch or a dinner, having a shoes to wear, having a clothes. I grew up learning how to not have those stuff and to still live without it. So I don't think not having a fight, even though I really want that fight, would be change something in the outcome of my life.
Wow. Inspiring.
Yeah, that's very inspiring, man.
I mean, to look at life that way and be a true icon to up-and-coming fighters and people who don't fight, but just to hear this story, to have a basic need of a toothbrush and a lunch and still be able to have a good mentality and a good spirit, I can tell definitely why you're so successful in life.
Well, I think, you know, sometimes, even though I hate my childhood, I don't like it, I think about it, and then I still have this bitter taste, like, you know, because I think like every kid deserves at least a childhood, that moment that you're innocent and then you can do anything, you haven't done anything in life to be held accountable of. You deserve the minimum, the basic, you know, just to enjoy your childhood, to have a friend that you can play with, to be able to party with them, to be able to go to birthday or whatever it is with the other kid. I think every kid should at least have that. Then later on in life, when you become an adult, the rest is on your responsibility. I think if you have a childhood and then you become an adult and things doesn't work out for you, you can't blame anybody. It's on you. And then you can fight that because you have a power of taking action, you know. So, but regardless of that, I still think my childhood was what shaped me, my mentality to get here, because there was a lot of time in my childhood that I was like pissed about stuff. And I'm like, this can be the end. This can just be it. It has to change. Like, I was really pissed. And from that moment, I was able to do more than the average people to get where I want to go.
So he has a great mindset because, you know, I grew up poor and stuff as well. And I didn't like my surroundings, and I did what I had to do to get out of there. But when I listened to his story, I'm like, man, my life wasn't as bad as I thought, you know? And a lot of people, you know, when we focus on the stuff that we don't have and we stay in a negative mindset.
Exactly.
Yeah, you got to get out of that.
So that's, and that's something that I've been thinking about it a lot, you know. because people would talk about like, oh, as long as I'm happy, and you will ask them like, what's happiness? Nobody can explain you exactly what's happiness. Yes, if I'm rich, if I'm that, what make you rich exactly? How much do you need to be rich? You know, but I have seen a lot of rich people, maybe billionaire, that I really don't want to be in their shoes, the life that they are having. Even though I wouldn't say no for some of their money, but I don't want to be in their shoes. Like, come on, bro.
I'll tell you what happened is for me. 2 hot-ass Asian girls, one just going to town on me at the same time. Boy, I be so motherfucking happy. That's happening.
Yeah, and then after that.
Oh, then after that, you
do it
now
again.
what?
Okay,
now what?
So
that's 30
the
seconds
thing.
of happiness.
That's the instant.
That's quick happiness.
I would have those
No, but
memories.
he goes quick.
It's
No,
moment.
I don't go quick. I would make that moment last. I would make that moment last. A threesome with 2 hot-ass Asian girls?
But you said 30
How long?
seconds. Happiness
How long?
How long would I make that moment last?
Yes.
1 minute.
Okay, no.
How many years?
Oh, I'll think about it for years.
Seconds, brother.
No. No. Don't put that even on me. Hey, I'll make that last for at least 45 minutes. I can make that last.
Oh, stop. That's lying.
Okay.
Get him.
I give it to you. You get it for 45 minutes. Then what happened after 45 minutes?
Well, then I go back to reality and I, do it. But then I can have the memories of it. And I can take pictures and I can look at it like, ooh, I did 2 bad bitches.
Yeah, maybe at that. Yes, you did, but at the time you need something else.
Yeah. But listen, you got
supplement that with
think
something
about this though. I don't like paying for it, so I've had to be successful to be able to have 2 bad bitches going down on me at the same time. Now, so so I be happy with my life, but then that's like icing on the top. And then I have those memories, and I remember like, man, I did 2 bad bitches.
Yeah, you might be right. I think happiness is moment.
Yeah, it's in the
For
moment.
that little moment.
It's moment. Yes,
but that's not sustainable happiness.
Yeah,
that make me happy for the day.
Happiness is not sustainable.
Regardless,
it's moment that you do. You collect moments, and then because like doesn't matter what's going on in your life, there will be a moment of a day that you might just be pissed at something. Nothing, maybe just somebody drive past you in some way on the street, and you'll be like, "This motherfucker."
Yeah.
You see, like, and everything in your life is great. That little action will make you like this for that second. Yeah. Then after that, you go back to like, oh, the good thing, maybe talking with your friend next to you, or the friend, or think when we think about where you're going, or about that 3 seconds.
About that 3 seconds.
Or about that 3 seconds.
It's okay. No, I mean, same thing. Growing up, my dad always told me happiness was the knowledge of having a platform, the knowledge of knowing that you have a good foundation in life. So when things do go wrong, you're able to battle it with the most, straightforward face.
So your dad's a very wise man.
And also, I think it's also the same thing about like being rich and being poor. What makes you rich and how much make you rich? Yeah. How much money makes you rich? Yeah. So I think what makes you really poor is like focus on what you don't have, because there's always something that you have that you could always be blessed for, grateful for. But if you're focusing on what you don't have, there's always something that you don't have. No matter where you are in life, there's something that you don't have. So it's up to you. Sometimes you go to the hospital, you will see people that are sick. They have been sick for months or for years, but they can still be grateful in the fact that they are alive. Yeah. Because some people didn't have that chance to be alive. But you're out here, you're healthy. Well, maybe just be grateful of not being in the hospital as those guys. Yeah. But instead of that, you're like, oh no, I don't have this. But the guy that have what you don't have is missing out of something. I'm like, I want this job, or I wanted this thing, I don't have it. Maybe because he put a bit in the house and somebody beat him up. His ego is taking a control, and then he's pissed. Like, there's always something.
Yeah.
So I think it's all about like a balance.
I like what Rampage said. Your mindset is phenomenal. One thing we do know is that you got very rich fighting and basically getting robbed against the Tyson Fury fight, one of the greatest
Don't be all
fights
in
of the
this
year.
man's pocket.
And
You can tell
we saw it on the internet.
Yeah, we know he got robbed, but don't be talking about how rich he is because you could tell by his energy.
Yeah.
He don't give a fuck about money.
No,
That's
but
why
we
I became
saw-
a big fan
but
of him.
remember when
he
you
left
sent,
the UFC.
remember when you sent me the Instagram post and you said, "How do I get a boxing fight?" Francis just got 100 million. Like that's what we need.
Yeah, but you don't bring it up to our guests.
No, I'm not bringing it up, but you're the one who sent it to me.
No, but did I ask him anything about how much money he make and stuff like
No,
that?
I didn't say
don't,
it.
Don't disrespect our guests like that,
Yeah,
bro.
but please understand what we're talking about.
I know, but please don't disrespect. I'm one of his biggest fans,
And
you
so
know
am
that.
I.
No, but
don't come on this podcast and talk about his money.
No, thank you.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't
And I
do
got
that.
your back. Don't worry, it won't happen again. Don't do that.
Don't
do that.
don't
Mix
be
some
all in his
water,
pocket.
take a lap.
Don't be all in his pocket.
The fight against Tyson Fury, one of the greatest boxing fights of the year. Obviously, you got robbed. Do you have any thoughts on that fight? Have you gotten your last words on that? Are you good with the outcome of that?
Rematch.
Yeah, rematch for sure. But I think it's something that I knew that could have happened. In fact, I get even regardless of the result, I felt like I was a winner. I won everything. That's not how anybody was waiting. I think if they had a clue that that fight could go that way or even close to that, it would have never happened.
Right.
You know, I think that Tyson Fury fight was basically, it was obvious to everyone that is going to be like a Joshua fight. So therefore, nobody care about me, and they let me do my thing and show up, and everything was good. But that was also like a bad thing for me because you get people frustrated. So I'm like, okay, you get us wrong. How can we reverse the situation? Yeah. Like we won't let him anymore, you know?
Yeah.
So that was the thing.
You think Tyson underestimated you? He was like, oh, he's an MMA guy. He'll come in here.
I think everybody underestimated me.
Oh, not me though.
Yeah. Not me.
Not me for sure.
Yeah. I mean, in the boxing world, yes.
Yeah.
In the boxing world,
he was going nuts for you.
Everybody,
yeah.
Because like they just for the most part, like in boxing, is like very it's very conservative.
Yeah.
If you're not in that pool, man, it just seems like you're not a guy. I'm like, bro, if you walk to the bar and some guy is coming your way in some sort of way, you better be very careful or take a step back and get ready, because he might never been in the gym, but if he throws his hand with all his confidence and cut you, you might go to sleep. Don't think like just because you're a boxer, you're this. Then you have a guy that been doing combat sport, might not have the same technique as you, the same precision as you, but has something. He knows how to fight and he knows how to compete. So give him a little bit of a credit. Maybe not that much, but a little bit.
Yeah.
Strategy-wise, what was different between the Tyson Fury fight and the Anthony Joshua fight for you?
It was the same thing. In fact, I was even more prepared because with the Tyson Fury fight, I didn't know if I can do 4 rounds, 5 rounds, 6 rounds. So all the way, like from the first round, I'm like, okay, how am I? Okay, I can still breathe. I'm good. You know, second round, all the way to the 10th round, right? I haven't get to the 10th round. I'm like, okay, I think because I push a little bit on the 8th round, and then on the 9th round, I took my feet off the gas a little bit too. Then I came back in the 10th round. I'm like, this is the last round. It's good. I think I threw some Superman punch. I'm like, I have the energy to push that, you know, like didn't care at that time. So then the Joshua fight, I was very prepared. Now I'm very motivated. I know I can do 10 rounds, you know, even in the sparring, pretty good. Things didn't play out well. We get to the fight week, and I'm still in my place, like knowing that I'm going there to fight, just as I fought Tyson Fury. People, I'm having this interview, I'm like, how do you feel that they want Joshua to win, this, that? yeah, it's okay. And as long as they just won, I mean, I don't want everybody to support me, to feel like this, to feel like that. Everybody has his right to support whoever he wants, right? Then we started everything that we are doing in the 5 week is little off. We're gonna get there, wait for 1 hour, 1 hour and a half, 2 hours before it starts. And Dewey Cooper, which who was my boxing man coach, he started like get pissed. You know, Dewey is a very calm guy, cool. He doesn't talk, and then really like started get pissed off like about it. I'm like, sure, Dewey. I'm like, yes, that's how they do. They get boxer tired and this. I didn't know the gravity of the situation. 5 week, I have to wait every time. The worst, the 5 day. The 5 day, I left the hotel. I have to they send an email. The communication was on email. I have to leave the hotel at 10:30. Be picked up at the hotel at 10:30.
AM?
PM.
Okay.
Because we have to fight at around noon or midnight or 1. What you think is quite good time for that? We get in the arena 10:45. And there is his guy, which is on the production team. I don't know his name. He came. I'm like, yes, we were expecting you to be fighting around 1. Now I think we are having a little bit of delay in the broadcast. We might be around 1:45, which is still like 3 hours away. Well, I'm like, okay, no problem. 3 hours in the locker room is okay, bro. It wasn't until 1:30. I mean, they're telling me this. It wasn't until 1:30 that Joshua was arriving in the arena. I'm like, what the fuck? So he's arriving at 1:30 to fight at what time?
Wow.
So I still have 2 hours there. And that was only one aspect of a lot of things that was happening.
I believe it. I believe it.
You got there at 10:30. You thought you were going to be fighting at 1:30 in the morning.
I get there at 10:45.
Joshua doesn't even show up till 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
What time do you guys end up fighting at?
Like 3:30.
Oh my God. That's 6 hours almost in the waiting room. 7 hours.
That's why Dewey Cooper was so upset.
Yeah, but he knew.
Wow.
Because he's been there.
Yeah.
I didn't know. And you know, like stuff happened once in the 5 week, and I'm like, oh, it's cool. It's one time. You don't know that it's a setup. It's something that they plan. It's a strategy that they put down. You see the first move, you don't know what it is. Second move, you don't know what it is.
Was it like that with Tyson Fury?
No. With the Tyson Fury fight, nobody cares.
Need to do it. They didn't
No,
need to
they
do it.
didn't care. They didn't know that I can fight.
Wow.
So it was like, relax. Everything was good. Everything in the Tyson Fury fight was fair. Everything that they were doing, every treatment was fair.
The only thing
But on this one, no, nothing was right.
What I didn't like about that Tyson Fury fight is he elbowed you, and it didn't even phase you. But I think the referee should have said something because he made a stink when you did the Superman punch, which is legal.
Yeah.
So,
and at the end, I did the Superman punch at the end. Well, I think at that moment, there was like, damn, it's wrong.
It's about to be a battle.
You know? Yeah. So I think a lot of things would have been allowed to him. Like at first, when we started the fight, the Tyson Fury fight, as soon as we get to a contact like this, it was a break. You know, because I was the guy that was coming from, that has like some wrestling experience. But later on in the fight, Tyson Fury was the guy now that was initiating contact.
Right, yeah.
And from there, that moment, there wasn't like the break. They would let him go all the way.
Yeah.
Because he's the one initiating. Yeah. So I think even the referee wasn't fair on that. Even the referee wasn't fair, but no until they get there and it was too late already.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. We also saw a lot of videos where it looked like Tyson Fury's glove was coming off. Did you feel that? Did you feel like there was
No, we
different?
checked.
You checked?
We checked.
Because he's known for that.
Yeah. We check. They warned me about that.
Yeah.
A lot of people tell me,
Really?
watch Tyson Fury gloves. He don't put his hand on the gloves. He would do it like some. So we check.
Wow.
So I was going to ask you, how did you feel fighting in Saudi Arabia? But now I'm hearing what you're saying about that, with that fight. You know, in MMA, it happens sometimes, but not as bad as that.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, again, boxing is a very conservative community. They're trying to. It wasn't about Saudi Arabia. It would have been in the US or wherever. It would have been the same thing. It was the same guy.
Yeah, I feel,
In fact, it wasn't the organization was in Saudi Arabia. I think it was the first one was Queensberry that was working on the organization. The second one was Queensberry and Mushroom. So it was those two people working
So
together.
I feel like those guys, like boxing's been around for a long time, and they know little tricks.
Yeah.
So I feel like it was Anthony Joshua's promoter or his team that probably set that up and said, "Look, let's pull the okie doke on him."
But what's surprising is that the email that we receive on the pickup time was coming from somebody at Queensberry.
Oh wow.
We have the email. It was coming. So that's where I'm a little confused. And not to talk about the fact that, like,
Wow.
bro, that day was off. Everything was off. I was in the locker room warming up. I don't know if it was the fatigue already, the fact that we were there for so long. I was warming up and then sweating, and then like sit down. I felt like sleepy. I told Eric, I'm like, something wrong. Like, how come I'm sleepy right now? Like, I'm sweating. I just sit down.
Yeah, because it's like late at night. It's normally the time when you go to bed. Normally, probably there could be a little piece of it. Like I've never, I don't remember ever fighting at 3 o'clock in the morning. No, like your body gets used to certain things, and I don't know. Were you training late at night?
I was training later at night, but to fight around 1.
Yeah,
because the Tyson Fury fight was at that time.
right.
You know, so yes, we were training later.
But you wasn't training at 2 a.m. and
No.
stuff. See,
We weren't training. at
normally
2
your
a.m.
normally your body is ready to shut down. Do you remember what time you woke up that morning?
Which morning?
That day.
The day that you fought. The day that you fought. Do you remember what time that you got out of bed that morning?
Not exactly.
It was around like 10 a.m. something like that. Normal.
Yeah, maybe before.
Yeah. So you did.
Yeah, before
full day.
because
Yeah.
because I was waking up around 9 or all this time to go maybe get ready to train at 10 or 11.
Yeah.
And then train at night again.
Yeah. See, your body gets used to
crazy.
like your body get on the clock. You know, have you ever noticed like if you say you have to train and you're in training camp and say you wake up at 6 o'clock every day to do your morning run and you had to set your alarm. Maybe you only had to set your alarm for a week. After a while, you don't need alarm anymore. Your body knows to wake up, right?
Yeah,
and so
that's true.
So the same thing. Your body knows when to shut down. And your body was used to your body's used to shutting down at a certain time too. So if you fighting at 3 a.m. your first time, you're going to be sleepy. And these guys, they know all these.
And
things.
then even like getting in the fight, you see the first knockdown, bro. I didn't know exactly what happened. I'm like, did I slip on something or what exactly happened? It wasn't the punch that I felt the punch, but it wasn't the punch that get me down. That will get me down. I'm like, come on. Like how? It's not this punch. It took a punch like that, and he didn't get me down. Like this is not the punch. I'm like, what's wrong? You know?
I had you win. I had you win
said-
the fight. Honestly,
We all did. I mean,
yeah,
we watched it here. We had this whole place was filled up to watch you.
And I was so on that fight, I was so excited. I'm like, oh, they said, I don't have a surprise element anymore. They're gonna be surprised again. You know, that's how. Because like from the guy that fought Tyson Fury, from that guy that prepared for Joshua fight, I was different. My confidence now was there, even at training, sparring. You know, like the Tyson Fury fight, I think I did 10 round. I get to 10 round sparring for like what, maybe 1 week before the fight. Before the fight week. So around 2 weeks before the fight, I did like 10 round sparring like 2 or 3 times. But the Joshua fight, I was ready for 10 rounds like month before. You know, and now I'm like, okay, it's getting better, working speed, get better sparring partner. The Fury fight, some of my sparring partner was just a big guy, but wasn't that good. But I would take those by the end of the round to like just weigh me down. But the Joshua fight, everything was on point.
Yeah, I'm sure they studied his fight against Tyson Fury too, because before Tyson Fury, they didn't have anything boxing to go off of to watch. They just had his MMA fights.
I mean, you're an incredible athlete, and I don't want to be a conspiracist, but I've heard rumor that there was potentially, maybe you felt like you were drugged. Maybe someone did something to your water or your food. And is this true?
One thing that I know for sure is that I didn't feel myself that day. I can't really make any speculation because I have no proof. I don't know what happened. But for what I know and that I have a proof, who was like the schedule and everything, I mean, I don't know. Everything could have been possible.
Bro, it happens.
But again, I don't have proof.
It's a scary thing to think about, though.
Bro,
I mean, he went out there and he shocked the entire sport of boxing, coming from MMA, being that guy. Like you talked about it, Rampage was very vocal about supporting MMA fighters when they go take these boxing careers. And we were all hearing Rampage say he already shocked the world with a Tyson Fury fight. So when we heard, he said they're going to be harder on you with the Anthony Joshua fight, more critiques, you know, more detailed on your style. So, I mean, it definitely didn't look like you, obviously.
No, it wasn't like...
It didn't look like your style.
Let me tell you something. After the first knockout, which I was very surprised, and it wasn't the end of the round, we still get a couple seconds before the end of the round. I finished the round and then went back on the corner, on the stone. And I'm there on the corner, and they were talking to me like, don't go to Southpaw again, champion. They are waiting for you, this. And I'm hearing this guy, and he's in front of me. I see him, and then with time, he just sound like distance. Like he was far away. Like I can see him, but even my vision was blurring already. That's why I'm like, this couldn't be just from that punch, which first of all, I don't see how in normal time that punch would get me down. And then all this happened. So, and this is the second thing. We might put it on like the knockout or whatever. I don't remember leaving the stool leaving the stool. I never left the stool. I mean, my spirit never left the stool from the corner, because from the corner I was just keep going.
Wow.
I don't remember anything after that.
Was this your first time ever being dropped, even in training and stuff in your life?
Yes. Yeah. But like, again, I think I have enough time to recover. Yeah. And it wasn't like a big punch, you know, the first one.
Yeah.
But so I don't know. Yeah, that's why I can't know anything about that fight.
I mean, I haven't fought at that level. Rampage could speak to that, but it seems like something is not right.
Bro,
here.
I'm gonna say this.
Yeah.
With all due respect, it looked like people saying like, "Oh, he got paid, took a dive," and I know you would never do that, but I'm gonna tell you, I would never do that. I've been offered to take a dive, and I've never done it yet. But I tell you what, for fucking $50 million,
I think they know when you can do that.
Yeah.
And why would they bother? If it's what they want, it will happen.
Yeah.
You know, it's easy to set you up. Why to put you in the loop? I think it might be even cheaper to just set you up, like just to ask you. It will be way cheaper.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Like to come to ask you, yes, you take this.
Yeah. A lot of people think that though when stuff like that happens.
You think it costs, you think how much it costs them to do all those tricks?
I don't know. What you think? I know that Tyson won.
Oh, for example, how much it costs to make you come 1 or 2 hours earlier in the media day?
Yeah.
Or make you come 2 hours earlier.
$1 million or 2
at the arena.
I don't know.
How much it costs?
He's saying, what do you
Nothing.
think? Like $1 million.
They just send an email and send you a schedule.
Yeah.
It's free.
Yeah.
Why would they do give you millions.
He's saying like
Yeah.
you could just you don't need to get set up.
Right.
Like, you already are getting set up.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
No,
They're preparing it for you.
It's a unique world, and I don't want to start controversy or any conspiracy. And we know what you're made of, and we've seen your talent. So we definitely know that wasn't you. On a different note, one thing we were super excited about when we went and did this deal with you and made you a Jackson athlete and brought you a part of the families. I was on the phone with Eric Nicksick. Everybody was very proud of you and what you've been doing with the PFL contracts, getting them minimums of money. Right, we're hearing about this, like $2 million. It's very important for your opponents to get this type of money when negotiating. Where did this come from?
Well, I think at time I was already in the situation that we were fighting about with the UFC. We get a lot about like fighting purse, because I was in the other situation for a couple of years and I wasn't getting paid, and get to the point that they're like, okay, then we're gonna pay you this. You know, I'm like, yeah, maybe that's a win, but all this for just getting this, I'm like, how about the other guys? Oh, wrong idea, wrong question to ask them.
Oh yeah, you took it personal. Huh?
Yeah, like maybe we should get a little bit of a consideration. And then I talk about like the sponsor stuff, like we are having anything now. Our avenue has shut down. It could be sponsorship and this. We are not having everything. And now we even have to carry sponsor, like the cryptocurrency platform that we have on the shirt and this. We can even put our own sponsor there, which is a huge source of revenue for athletes. Like, maybe we should be allowed for stuff. You know, oh no, that's not bad. And the reason why I raised that question up, because they make me lose like at least $1 million with the crypto deal.
Yeah.
When they signed that deal with crypto.com.
Yeah.
I was in the middle of $1 million deal, which is a money that I never had before.
Wow.
And then we just saw this big announcement, and the other guys was just like, you know, we accepted to do it knowing that we wouldn't be seen in the octagon when he's fighting, but now he's going to be wearing our competitor. You know, here, you have to understand, we cannot do this, bro. And I was pissed.
Yeah, because we heard that crypto company was going to pay you, 7 figures, and then UFC went and signed a deal with crypto.com and you lost the whole deal. So yeah, I could imagine.
That's what happened. Yeah. So, and I never get that amount of money, even fighting. So I just lost that money like that. And it's not like my bank account was full of money at the time. Yeah. So that was something, it was very difficult to digest.
Yeah, and I think a lot of fighters, including me, gained a lot more respect for you when you stood up for other fighters with the pay and stuff like that.
Well, he was just for me. I just know that I was in all the other fighters' shoes, and I'm like, okay, how about a permanent solution for this matter? Because yes, might not be me tomorrow, but will be my friend, my teammate, who like, what do you think about it?
Yeah.
You know, and I think that was the reason, because otherwise, he wouldn't be, if I haven't been there, it wasn't something that I will immediately think about it. You know, I'm like, oh, what do I have? And they give you this amount and this, and maybe put some car on top, and I'm like, oh, cool, excited, go out there, ride the car, like, oh, I'm the guy.
Yeah. See, at the end of the day,
it makes sense.
At the end of the day, like, the fans don't understand that our first fight is with the promoter. That's the first fight.
That's crazy.
And me, over the years, as I gotten older and mature, I used to take it personal. And with Dana White, I don't think that we should take it personal, because it's just business.
It's business.
It's business.
Yeah. It's business, bro.
Yeah.
Like, the thing is that, like, they fool you, they rob you in the right way, so you don't understand that is the business. You don't fight for your best interests, which you should, and they are fighting for their best interests. They are doing good for their business, and you are not just do good for your business, because they bring you in this mentality, and everything that they would throw at you, any crop, they would be like, oh, because we love you, it's special for you, like those kind of things, It could be even a gift sometime. But they're setting you up for the future. It's an investment that will have like 5x, 10x return. But
Makes
you don't
sense,
know.
right?
You feel like you want to belong in something. You feel like you belong. You're being liked. And that's a problem. People want to be liked. We want to be, human in general, we want to belong into something. We want to do something, but most people, they just want to be liked, and this at any cost.
Yeah, I understand exactly what he's saying. That's one reason why I left Pride, because I felt like they didn't appreciate what I did. I put my health and my my body on the line to promote them, and when I fought, for me, I wanted to win every fight, but my main objective was to sell tickets and put on exciting fights. And I brought that energy over to the UFC, and I felt like this is my thing. I want to be like the most exciting fighter, right? And I just feel like they didn't appreciate that. And if I was a promoter and I made the type of money that the UFC made, and I got a guy like Francis Ngannou, I'm saying your name correctly, right? Just to clear it up. Ngannou.
Doesn't matter.
No, we had, that's okay. We'll okay, I'm going back to my point. He said doesn't matter. I'm saying it right though, right? Okay, we're gonna go on.
Why are you saying it in a funny way?
Why are you being funny?
I thought that's how you
say your name.
Hey, all these years, that's how I thought you pronounce it.
Ngannou.
Oh, I'm not even saying it right.
Ngannou.
Oh, my bad.
Like that with deep voice.
Ngannou. Okay.
Better.
So if I had
Don't be funny.
No.
Don't be funny at this
all
table.
These years,
I got you. Don't worry, Francis.
Hey, all these years I thought I was saying it because my ancestors
Man, you ain't so
Nigerian.
funny with Francis here at the table.
Yeah, but the problem is that they have taken your identity. So even your tongue, you don't have it.
Yeah, I know, bro. Trust me.
That's the thing. So I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Well, he has it when you're not here. But today he don't want to be so funny. He don't want to be so funny today.
No. He's right. He's right. It's stuff that is us African Americans. I hate saying that word. There's stuff that we don't talk about. But let me finish my point.
Go on, please continue.
If I had a fighter like him, knocking people out, very exciting, and he had a sponsor deal that conflicted with my sponsor deal, knowing the UFC is going to make more than $1 million off crypto.com. If I was the promoter, I'd been like, all right, let's do this contract.
100%.
Let me give you $1 million signing bonus, what you was going to lose.
Protect your assets.
Just a signing bonus. Yeah, because this guy's going to sell
it's the
more
face
tickets.
of the organization.
Yeah.
It's face of the championship.
That's the way I would think about business, personally.
Yeah, but you also have to understand, like, at some point, the promotion becomes so big, and the mentality is to always show who make the rules.
Yeah.
Sometimes you might be right, and people tell me this before, like, you might be right and they know you're right, but they won't take it when it's coming from you. It has to be coming from them.
Yeah.
So when you raise those things, to say for them to agree with you, even if they think it's the right thing, it's not good. So I think that's the USA mentality.
So Francis, our JAXXON podcast Discord, very hyped when we announced you as one of our JAXXON athletes. Everybody kept asking, like I said, that photo of you wearing our best-selling chain, the JAXXON Cuban 8mm in gold. It's the same chain me and Rampage wear. I think you wear it around. I have one. But oh yeah, he's got one on right now. It's our best-selling chain. Everybody was going crazy, and they saw you in it. And obviously, our chains are known for being the most premium menswear chains, and you're one of the best fighters to fight ever. They said, what is going on now that Francis is in Vegas? How did he get to Extreme Couture? How did he link up with Eric Nicksick? How does Francis end up in Vegas? We just want to know the story of how you ended up training there.
7 years ago, I wanted to move in the United States. As I said earlier, that was always my dream. And then I was in the UFC, was in France, but I know that to elevate my game, but mostly to learn English. because I knew that English would be a huge asset in my future business. So I wanted to learn English, and it sounds. I mean, I might never sound cool as a American because we used to see those African American on TV when we were in Africa. I'm like, bro, like we just want to be like them. Like it was the coolest people ever. I mean, I think African American, they don't know how they are perceived in Africa.
No, we don't at all.
Oh no, because in Africa, when they say it's African American, it's the best. It's the best. I'm like, oh man, that's African American.
Are you? I never liked that. I never liked that term, African.
Yeah, but because you are seeing from the inside, from here, but us from outside, you are everything that we are not, that we want to become. Is like
a North Star,
dream,
a dream.
And then most of this time, idea that we will have on African America, the first picture that we will have, you will see like people like Jay-Z, like Raul, Nelly, Kelly, all those people, Robert Kelly, all those people that was in the entertainment, because we only know African American from TV, and then you see the vibe, you see this movie, the neighborhood, bro, everything seems cool. Even the neighborhood seems cool. I'm like, I'll be there one day,
Yeah, sometimes we thought that like you guys didn't like us over there.
That we don't like African American?
Yes. Like sometimes that's whenever
it's a dream for African.
You didn't know that?
No, because stuff we hear, we be lied to and stuff over here. But when I went to Japan, I meet a lot of African guys there, and they tell me stuff. I learned a lot.
But you have to understand the politics of the Western is always like that. Every country that is not in this group has to be bad. Like, sometime I'll come back from Cameroon and came here, and somebody will be like, yeah, where were you? You say Cameroon. I'm like, oh, are you safe? Everything is okay? I'm like, why shouldn't I be safe? I'm like, yes, because in Africa, first of all, motherfucker, you have to understand that Africa is 54 countries. Then if they say something happened in Africa, you have no knowledge on geography. You don't know where exactly is Africa on the map. You don't know how many continents is in the world. You don't know anything about it. We might even know more about your geography than you. If you don't know where is the Pacific Ocean, you don't know where is the Atlantic Ocean, you can show it on the map. And you're telling me that African is not safe. Why? Because what you see on the news is always a bad thing. Yeah. You never watch on the news and see something, the news report something good that happened in Africa, or a construction, or a innovation, something that's good. So we'll always be like, yes, one tourist was kidnapped in this place. But they will never also tell you like, oh, how many people been killed in America? How many shooting been in America? People just carry gun around, go to places and shoot. You don't see that, So then they put the bad image of African, which is not Africa, which is not exactly what. Like, I tell people that I'm from Cameroon, from Africa, and they are surprised that I never see a lion. I'm like, do you think Africa is a zoo or something? They are surprised that I've never been hurt by lions.
Are you serious?
Yes. Yes, that's how a lot of people in America are naive.
Are these black people or white people or all?
All.
Wow.
All inclusive. All the above.
And I think people in America is so locked up in the American culture that they really know. I mean, they really know nothing about the world.
You're right. I agree.
Agreed.
Nothing else.
100%.
Yeah. And then maybe for once they have heard the news about this place, that's their own perception of that place. And that's it. oh, there was a kidnapping in Africa. Oh, African is bad. Nobody is going there. But which is exactly what they want them to do, because it's an economy. People traveling, going, thinking of another place like a good place to go. That means you might find an interest to go that place. Yeah. Instead of like going to vacation in Miami or in Hawaii, spend your money. Now you take that money, instead of spending it in the American economy, you take that money, bring it in Africa and spend it there, and help the African economy to grow, the tourism to grow there as a business. So you have to understand this like a mindset that brainwash that the economy control.
I agree with you. I agree.
100%.
I blame
100%.
Natural Geographic. I blame them.
National Geographic.
Damn right.
Why National Geographic?
When I was a kid, that's all in the part they showed us of Africa was like the jungle and stuff, and half naked women. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. I wanted to go there just for the women, but then I was scared to get attacked by a lion since I was a kid. I'm be looking at some breastises on the side and like, wow.
Some what?
Some breastises. You know what titties is?
Some breastises.
I forgot he's a virgin, bro. I forgot.
The breastises.
Have you
breasts.
Breastises. Have you ever been to Africa?
No,
nowhere in Africa. I've been to
Morocco. It's at the tip of Africa.
I've been to 2 countries. I've
been
to
South Africa.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
And where?
Djibouti.
Why you didn't like South Africa?
I didn't like South Africa because this is why I felt like the African people didn't like me. I was there. I had my manager was there, which was a white guy from England, and I had 2 bodyguards, and they was white guys. And then they took me to this one bar that they was like ex-police officers or something, and they told me about the apartheid, right? And they had this pool table there, and the slogan for that beer or whatever that was popular there, it said, "You haven't won till you sink the black." You know what I'm saying? And it was like the way they told me and the way they looked, and I was the only black guy in this bar, and they was telling me about the history there. And then I went to it was like a clubhouse. It was their own personal clubhouse. And they're like, "You haven't won till you sink the black." And they would kind of telling me there was some codes there when I looked around the place. And you know, I'm from the South.
Yeah.
In America, you know about the South. That's where they had the slavery and stuff. Yeah. Like, so I've dealt with a lot of racism. So I kind of like looked at it. Then I went to they took me out to a bar that night, and I'm sitting at the bar trying to get a drink. And here, when you make eye contact with the bartender, you just do like this, and they'll come and get you a drink. And I was sitting there for a long time. You know, it's my first time in Africa. I got a bunch of white guys around me. They said it was dangerous there, so I need security. And the bartenders were black, and they wouldn't come over to me. I was like, and I was like, raised my hand. They wouldn't come serve me. And then the manager, he said, "Hey, how long you been here trying to get a drink?" I said, "I don't know, about 30 minutes." I was there for like 30 minutes trying to get a drink. He said, "I'm gonna show you how you get a drink here in I think it was Joburg." He said, "Hey, motherfucker, you see him sitting right? Give him a fucking drink." Nah, he cussed the dude out. I was like, wow. And then it came right over and gave me a fucking drink. And I didn't like the way he talked to that dude and stuff like that. I was like, "That's how you talk to people?" He said, "You got to talk to people like that here." And this is the main reason why I didn't like Joburg, my experience there. I was talking to a group of people. I was there promoting the movie 18, and this white lady was trying to get my attention. I didn't know who she was talking to, and she was saying like, "Hey," and no one turned around. And she grabbed my shoulder and turned me around. I said, "What the fuck is wrong with you, lady? Who the fuck are you?" She said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you wasn't from here." I was like, "So?" I said,
"You didn't know you were what?"
She didn't know I wasn't from there, and that was her excuse for grabbing me by my shoulder and rudely turning me around. I was like, "So if I'm from here, that gives you the okay to fucking grab me by my shoulder and rudely turn me around?" So I didn't like that place.
Yeah. I mean, South Africa is a little different than many or than other places in Africa. Also based on their story, though, based on their history. It kind of like create some sort of like thing that they can only them understand. When you get there, you don't know what is the rules, how they work there, you know. And then I also think like, yes, maybe saying like she didn't know you were from there, maybe just mean that she didn't know that you were not. Because like, for example, in Cameroon, when we walk around, you see somebody in the street, maybe you start talk to him. You never meet this guy, you talk to him, or you even shake hand. And you guys are not going in the same place. You shake hands, sometime you talk. You see a girl, you whisper to the girl. You can whisper to the girl. It's not quite appropriate, but they do that. But if you're like girl from there, even though they don't like, most of them don't like, but they understand, you know. But if you're coming from Europe or from America, you get there, somebody whistle on you. Would you feel? Automatically, it's just because it's you're a stranger, but you don't know that is how it works. So she didn't know that you were from there, because if you were from there, you would have
more
understand or know that that's how they do.
God, his mindset,
it's just different. Yeah. So by traveling, I trying to understand like different culture and how people work. Sometimes people will act different to you, not because it's you, not because they don't like you, or not because they mistreat you, but just because that's how they do. You don't just understand their culture.
Yeah,
you see.
So that's acceptable for her. That's something that they do.
It might be. You've been there for their country. I never been in South Africa.
Be more open-minded to people's cultures. Don't take it personally.
I didn't really take it personally, but I was having a bad time there with racism. You know, what I'm saying?
Good mindset.
I understand what you're saying, but I was having a bad time there with racism, and I didn't like the way things was kind of set up. So I was kind of like at ease.
You were more at edge, though.
I was on edge when she grabbed me. But have you been to Djibouti?
No, I never been. I never been.
Why are you laughing?
It's just funny the way you say it.
That's the name of the country.
No, I know, Djibouti.
Djibouti. Yeah, but he says it nice. Djibouti.
No,
you say Djibouti.
It's
my accent. I'm saying it right.
Accent.
Oh, okay.
No, Djibouti is in French. I say it in French. Djibouti might be in the way that they will say it properly in English.
Yeah,
that
makes sense.
Yeah, quit making fun of me. I
would never make fun of you. I'm just surprised you weren't calling him his full name the way you've been doing it. I've never seen you so scared in my life.
Oh, he trying to say I'm scared.
No, Francis. In 15 years I've known him, I've never seen him scared. You had him like this, shook.
Francis, do I look scared? We having a conversation.
Two warriors, but you go like this. I never see you like that. I never see you like that.
He always trying to start shit.
I never see you like that. But how did you meet Eric Nicksick? How did you end up at Extreme Couture?
So I moved in Vegas 7 years ago, and I really didn't want to get in. I didn't really know where to go, but the UFC PI was there, so I was having my training there, like bringing my team, my people there. And sometimes I would go to Extreme to spar, and Eric would be like, yes, bro, you know, if ever you need, whatever you need, I'm here and this. And I'm very skeptical. I just came here. I don't understand anything, how things work, and I don't want to be stepping on somebody's toe, or somebody to be stepping on my toe. So I take my distance. And he was back in 2019 when I was going to fight Junior Dos Santos, I believe, yes. I was in Minneapolis, and I had Dewey, because since I came in Vegas, I was working with Dewey. I think Dewey and who? Yeah, and Cameroon? No, and somebody. Yes, Cameroon, I think. But and then I was doing a main event. Yes, I need 4 people on my corner. So I was in Minneapolis, and I asked Markel, and I was like, okay, I talked to this guy. I wanted to him to come to my corner, and he's like, I don't know, he's acting like he's going to fight for me, you know. But he's like, yeah, Eric is there too. He's coaching Dan Ige, and yes, let's talk. If you want, we talk to. I'll talk to him. Like we talk. So okay, let's talk to him. And then that night, we were in the locker room, in the gym together with Eric and Dan, and then we train. And after, and the vibe. You know, I'm always very cautious about people. I don't know what they are hiding, but you can tell. But I'm very good about people energy. And then have a good energy. Next day we train. He was there again. The vibe was good. I think it was me, Dewey, Cameroon, Usman, Markel, and the vibe. Everything was just good.
Are you saying Mark Kerr?
Markel,
his agent, the one who helped us put together the deal for him.
Yeah,
Great guy.
I think I met him.
You met him here.
I met him in Saudi Arabia too. I think.
Yeah. So we are there doing all those stuff, and just feels good. So when I came back now, after the fight, I won the fight. So when I came back, then keep going at the stream to train, and sometimes I hit him up. We hit parts, and that's just how we started getting along.
Organic friendship.
Yeah, just like that.
He holds pads for you?
So he was just about like, I think it was more like friendship, like relation, because again, I'm really sensitive, very careful about people. I'm very careful about who I hang out with, who I get close with.
You're a big name.
How cool was it training with Mike Tyson though, bro? I was jealous when I saw that, man. You got to train with the legend.
He was cool. I mean, he wasn't a full training camp. He was coming over time to time, but he was cool and a little crazy. You know,
a little crazy?
Oh, yeah.
How?
Mike Tyson is a different person.
It's like unique. Partying or training?
No, training, talk, the way that he would do things like, this, you get it, this motherfucker. I'm like, oh shit. Like, I hope we won't bring some guns over there.
No. Would he come and try to show you technique? Or was he coming there for...
Yeah, he will watch us train. I'm like, no, do this instead, you do that. And then he's very engaged in everything, like into it, like right there, like it's very serious. I'm like, oh, you know, but he's very unique.
He can still hit the bag a little bit? He looks good?
Oh, he can hit the bag a lot. Yeah. And he moves pretty good. You see him, but you don't know if he's coming from the left or the right. Like,
still fast.
He's still fast, moving. Yeah.
So when he fights Jake Paul needs to be a little worried.
No, little. Gonna be worried.
Wow. See, we don't get the insight. We haven't talked to anybody who's trained with Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
We know he's a legend.
Right there looking at him, I'm like, how old is him again? I mean, some stuff, it's not like he's going there to be fighting 12th round with Jake Paul because Jake Paul would take it. I think it's going to be end very quick.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Did you learn anything super specific from him that you would have never thought? Or more mindset?
Not like anything specific. I think everything in Mike, when it comes to boxing, basically from a guy like me, which is not like a who hasn't been doing it for so long, everything is quite specific. You know, like I always say, like if I have like a if I have 25% of what Mike Tyson have as a technique, I'll be beating all those guys.
Yeah.
Right. But so I think that's how he's just like a pure talent when it comes to boxing. And then people always talk about like his power and this and that. I'm like, you don't even understand. Like his power sometimes come out of the precision. You know, you don't need a full power to knock somebody out. If you get the right spot, stand on your balance, which is something that Mike Tyson know how to do, to move, stand, and put everything with his weight, with his body weight, you're going down. That's it. Even with half of that power, you're going down.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that video of you hitting that uppercut bag with Mike Tyson. It seemed like you guys were doing some crazy stuff.
Yeah. But the mindset also, I mean, like growing up, knowing Mike Tyson, hearing from Mike Tyson name, never seen him. Maybe saw some poster of him, and then you are right there, and Mike Tyson is there coaching you. I'm like, kind of like,
am I dreaming?
Okay, this is real.
Yeah,
that means I might have been doing something good though. This is real.
Yeah,
it's real. This is Mike Tyson, right? Yes, it's him. And he's there. He believes that it's possible, that I can do it. So I can do it.
I can imagine that.
Yeah, man. That was so huge
I think it's
MMA,
more. It
heavyweight
was
Mike
more
Tyson.
mental.
Yeah.
It's like having an army behind you.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Israel Adesanya, Kamaru Usman, yourself.
Well, we are the three king from what we have done. I don't think a belt make you a champion. I think what you do make you a champion. There's a lot of champions that never had a belt, that will never have a belt. There's even a lot of champions that are in the field that doesn't have a belt, but they are a great champion. There are champions that are just like parents at home, fighting toe and nail to provide for their family, and they don't have much. Maybe they cannot put their kids in the best school or in a good school, but they're fighting. They are giving everything for that, and they are doing it day after day after day after day, year after year after year. They work in some factory. They get this low pay, but they don't give up. They always wake up every day on time. At first person, go back to bed on time, fight for their kids to provide, give them the best. They are champions, bro. No, I don't think like just getting in the cage, maybe knock somebody, fight somebody, makes you the champion, and then that's it. And the guy that is out there doing all those great work and the champion is not a champion because you fight somebody. I think what you do, make who you are, makes you a champion. Because when you look,
you understand that?
When you look our story, look where we came from, look
Absolutely.
our past, look our upbringing, our
Absolutely.
challenges. We managed to get where we are today.
Absolutely.
Come on, bro.
And how did the relationship start between you guys? You guys met at UFC fights, or did you guys have a relationship from training?
My first UFC fight was in Orlando, and then that's where I met Cameroon Usman. And since then, we just have that relationship. I had another African there, which is something that I never see and I wasn't expecting. So we just hook up and then just become friends. And then sometime I will go from to Florida to train at Black Zillion at time. That was his gym where he was training. We'll go, we hang out, and we always stay in touch, and we have a good relationship from that moment, you know.
Yeah.
And then later on, Adesanya came in, and then we hook up too, and just happened like that.
Yeah.
You know, you don't plan it.
Are you still friends with everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that great guy.
Yeah. It's amazing. Because, I mean, it set the standard for a crew, though. Like, everybody has been talking about that crew for, I mean, that's one of the coolest things the UFC we've seen in a long time.
Yeah. And everybody is out there trying to do his best.
Yeah.
You know, rising.
Absolutely.
So I think that's what made the Three Kings. It
incredible.
wasn't the belt.
Incredible.
Did you train with Rashad when you was out there at Blackzilla, Rashad Evans?
No.
No.
No, I didn't. I think he wasn't training at time. I trained with Anthony.
Anthony?
Yeah. Yeah, I trained with him once.
Oh.
What do you think about Stipe and this Jon Jones fight? What do you think he's going to have to do to beat Jon Jones if he can beat Jon Jones?
Man, I don't know. He hasn't fought for a very long time, Stipe. I think since our fight, right?
Yeah.
Which is over 3 years. Oh, I mean, even if he was fighting, I don't know. His timing might be a little off. I think it's gonna be very, very tough for him, though.
After that long of an absence, to come back and have to fight Jon Jones,
And have to fight Jon Jones. But let me tell you what, this guy is tough.
Stipe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not easy to crack.
Really?
He's tough. Yeah. Like, I think that's something that people don't realize about him, how tough he is. And he's good. Like, he has a very good fight IQ. He's not a guy that will do like crazy stuff, but he knows exactly what to do and when to do that to win a fight. That's it.
A lot of people say that first fight with Stipe maybe made you a little gun shy with Derek Lewis, and then you were able to overcome that, and then you went and smashed Stipe that second rematch. Is that true?
What do you mean gun shy?
Like wanting to throw, wanting to attack,
Gunshot, like don't want to
like play a little bit more defense.
No, like in the the first fight against Stipe, I did a lot of mistake. I wasn't prepared properly, and then I had a lot of regret. Then walking into, I never fought Derek Lewis. I was in that fight that day to do what I should have done in the Stipe fight, to be patient, because I watched the video, the tape of me fighting Stipe. I'm like, bro, what the hell is this? Like, why are you rushing? Why are you doing this? Should have been more patient. You should have. And then that's how I walked into this Derek Lewis fight, to fix what I did wrong in the Stipe fight. But in the extreme way, the goal was to be patient, not to rush, to just do me as I used to. But now I'm thinking about it, which is something that used to be natural. I'm thinking about, like, be patient, be okay, be calm, and then over patient, So, like, I was surprised when the fight was over. I mean, the Derek Lewis fight. I'm like, is it the second round or something? Because I was being patient.
Been too patient.
I was really surprised.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so this is all. I didn't see the time go by that much.
Was it a 3-round fight or 5-round fight?
3.
Oh, okay.
3.
And as we get ready to wrap this up, one thing I do want to say from the bottom of my heart is we are so honored and happy to have you here as the most requested guest for the JAXXON podcast, and someone that we know is just an icon. Everything you stand for, everything you've done, it's incredible to have you here.
Thank you.
I know
Appreciate
me and Rampage have talked about, there's a lot of super fights. Everybody wants to know what's next. Boxing, PFL, Jon Jones, UFC. Are you coming back? What's next for Francis Ngannou?
It's one at a time. Lately I've been dealing with, I've been fighting with myself. I've been having some internal fight with myself. And I think it has been the toughest fight in my life so far. So I'll deal with one at a time.
And is it true that there's a potential, people have been saying that there's a potential fight with you and Alex Pereira on the table, that UFC's offered you this?
You say Alex Pereira?
Alex Pereira? It was a super fight. Is this true or no? Is this rumor?
No.
It's all rumor?
No. Never heard about it.
Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, for me, I just want to say thank you once again for being here.
Yeah,
JAXXON podcast. I mean, one of the best to ever do it, and still doing it at the highest level.
Thank you.
And we can't wait to see what's next.
Thank you.
Rampage?
I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, man. Thank you for coming.
Always a pleasure to see you, Rampage.
Unbelievable.
Pleasure all mine, brother.
Yeah. And guys, make sure you leave a comment, subscribe. JAXXON podcast, 2 of the best in the world. Rampage, JAXXON, Francis, and Ngannou. We're out.
And I'll tell my friend, right when I leave here, I will tell my friend Tonton that he gives you a motivation.
Tell him thank you for the motivation. I hope he's all good.
Okay.
Amazing. We're out.